The landing craft tears open beneath your feet as it hits an underwater obstacle. Cold seawater rushes in, rising rapidly. You're weighed down with equipment. The shoreline still ahead. Someone shouts, "Help, help!" Instinctively, you grab his arm, pulling him along as you bounce upward for air. The water is 7 feet deep, but with each desperate push off the bottom, you move closer to shore. Just as you reach walkable depth, your companion takes a bullet to the head. This is Omaha Beach, June 6th, 1944. I'm Fernando Prieto, creator of the POV World War II podcast, launching September 2nd. Today, I want to introduce you to Ernest Hilberg's harrowing journey from being labeled a supernumerary, essentially cannon fodder, to surviving D-Day and beyond with the legendary 1st Infantry Division. This is the kind of immersive you are there storytelling you can expect from our podcast, placing you directly in the boots of the men who fought in World War II's most intense battles. By June 1944, the 1st Infantry Division, known as the Big Red One, was already a battle-hardened unit. They had fought in North Africa and Sicily, gaining valuable combat experience, but also suffering significant casualties. For the D-Day invasion, the 1st Division was assigned to land on Omaha Beach, what would become the bloodiest landing zone of Operation Overlord. Their mission was to establish a beachhead and move inland, but intense German resistance, poor weather conditions, and navigational errors created chaos on the beach. What makes Ernest Hilberg's story particularly fascinating is his unique position as a draftee joining a division of veterans. In the regular army, replacements were often viewed as temporary. The veterans had seen too many newcomers die quickly to form attachments. In fact, when Ernest first arrived at the 1st Division, he was bluntly informed he was a supernumerary, someone expected to die while the regular soldiers survived. But Ernest's experience would defy those expectations, giving us a rare glimpse into what it was like to land on Omaha Beach as a newcomer among battle-tested veterans. Imagine yourself as Ernest Hilberg, a tall 6'4" draftee assigned to the heavy weapons company of the 1st Division. You've received minimal training with your assigned weapons. Even worse, you've been plainly told that your purpose is essentially to die so the veterans don't have to. You're crowded into a landing craft approaching Omaha Beach. The seas are rough, and nearly everyone is seasick. Through the spray and mist, you can see the shoreline, explosions dotting the beach as German artillery zeroes in on approaching vessels. The Coast Guardsman operating the craft wants to turn back, but the soldiers won't allow it. Instead, you hide behind a destroyer that's moving dangerously close to shore, firing at German pillboxes. When you finally approach the beach again, your landing craft hits an underwater obstacle. The bottom tears open. Water is rushing in. You're one of the tallest in the group and volunteer to walk a rope to shore to guide the craft, thinking the water won't be over your head. You're wrong. The water is 7 feet deep, and you're weighed down with equipment. You discover you can push off the bottom to get air, and with each desperate bounce, you move closer to shore. A fellow soldier cries for help, so you grab his arm and pull him along with you. Just as you reach walkable depth, a bullet strikes him in the head. You have no time to process this as you push forward toward the beach. On the sand, you find almost no cover, only one shell hole to curl into as small as possible, while machine gun fire cuts through the air above you. Engineers are marking paths through the minefields with white paper, but in the chaos, not everyone notices these life-saving markers. As you move forward, you encounter shocking scenes, the brutality of war laid bare before you. German defenders who aren't actually Germans, but White Russians. A prisoner being threatened to reveal vital information. The visceral reality of combat is nothing like you expected. Through it all, you maintain a strange emotional distance, telling yourself this isn't real, this is a 3D movie. It's the only way to process the carnage around you and keep moving forward. What I've shared today is just the beginning of Ernest Hilberg's extraordinary story. In our full podcast episode launching September 9th, you'll experience his entire combat journey, from the chaos of Omaha Beach to the pursuit across France. And if you want to experience more immersive World War II content here on the YouTube channel, I would love it if you would like, if you would subscribe, and if you would comment under this video. I'll see you next week.